Hello everybody, Geli Asofsky here. How are you all doing today? Different location, back in my office, just getting myself adjusted. I am streaming live on my Mac today. Finally figured out how to stream live on my business page and straight to my Facebook group. Hold on. Just gonna see here. Your live video will be cross-posted to the pages you select next time you go live. I see. All right. We're just gonna ignore that for now so we could get the show on the road. Okay. So today, I also am experimenting with where I can see your comments. So I'm gonna have my phone on here. Okay, so I could see comments. Okay, let's see how this works. This is all new when you change technology around, right? Okay, so I see myself live here. This is good. Okay, put the phone here. If I don't see your comments right now, if there are any comments, or if you're catching this later, put hashtag replay and just pop in and say hi. Okay, so let me introduce myself. This is what I do when we get started. I am Geli Asofsky. I'm a child and family therapist and founder of Parenting with Geli, which is my online business to help parents connect with their children through the power of nurture and play, the non-tech way. So much has changed in the world that we live in. Ever since COVID, kids are on tech, they've been on Zoom, we've been FaceTiming a lot more, we're connecting with people through the screens more and more. And for a while, there's been this slight, slow progression of an invasion of technology in our children's lives. And so my goal, getting online with Parenting with Geli, is to be a support system for parents who are looking to raise children with heart and connection. Get them off the tech. They will have enough tech in their lives. Get them into connection. Play with your kids, nurture your kids, love your kids, do activities with your kids. Even if you only have the 2 minutes here, the 5 minutes there, the 10 minutes anywhere, these points of contact throughout the day where we spend time with our kids anyway, right? Because we get them up in the morning, we get them to the school bus, we do the carpool, we do snacks, we do dinner, we do homework, we do bedtime. We are hanging out with our kids. So my goal is to have you take those points of contact throughout the day and give you practical tools so that you create moments of connection. Because what happens is when we connect with our children, when they feel our love, when they feel like we really care about them, misbehavior and tension drops. Things just become less challenging, families become happier, and that is the goal. So, just a little bit more about myself. I've been practicing now for 21 years. Can't believe it. I am also a registered play therapy supervisor through the Association for Play Therapy, and I am an EMDR consultant. So I do a lot of work with families in trauma. I also love working with therapists to help them help their clients more effectively. And it's truly a joy and a passion. A passion at this point. About myself, I am a mom of adult children. I am a grandmother of 2 little ones and an active grandma. I just love my job as a grandma. I love my role. It's like, it just warms my heart when I wake up in the morning and when I go to sleep at night. It's just fabulous. So, I've got lots and lots of nieces and nephews. We are very family oriented around here. And this is my goal in doing these lives on a weekly basis, to be able to support parents with these parenting questions. You know, not everybody is going to, I'm trying to figure out how to put myself in the camera here a little better. Love technology. Okay. Maybe I need to go a little further back. I'm not sure. All right. So I'm thinking maybe to lift the screen. Just one moment. Bah. Maybe that'll make a difference. Okay. Let's try that. Okay. So now my head's not cut off. Okay. Talk straight to the camera, right? Okay. So the thing that we're aiming for here is for you to bring your parenting questions, and I am happy to give you some answers to, whether they're small problems, big problems, I'll do the best I can to support you. And on a weekly basis, based on what's going on in my parenting courses, which I have offline parenting courses, I'm actually launching my online parenting course in the next couple of weeks. So if that's something you're looking for, you can message me and we can set up a consult so I can tell you about what I do and support you. Okay, so this week in my parenting class, we've been talking a lot about connection and building self-confidence, because when we try to connect with our kids, when we try to nurture them, we are actually the next level up from that is that we are boosting our children's self-confidence. And who doesn't want kids who are self-confident, right? It's a gift to give your children so that they can have a healthier, happier life, both as a child and as an adult, right? So I just want to share a few sentences about self-confidence and building self-confidence. And then if you have questions, you can pop them in the chat, or I always have a couple of questions that I selected from my parenting course that are relevant to all parents, and I like to give it a go. So we'll do that today. Okay, self-confidence. What do we want from our children? We want them to just be happy. We want them to feel content inside. We want them to feel like they're worthy, like they have something of value. We want them to have self-esteem. Now, in the world that we live in, especially with the tech invasion in our lives, kids are more and more, they're on WhatsApp chats, they're on online chats, they're on their iPads, even the Game Boys have chats now. They're on, and a lot of the social communication that children had on the playground is now via online. And, more and more, we have online bullying issues that are just horrendous, even for the younger kids. And we need to do something about it. We need to step it up and help our kids develop the self-confidence that they need for a lifetime. And the way we do that, moms, is by letting them know how much they mean to us, because we are what's called the primary object. That's a psychological term, but we are their primary person. We gave birth to them, okay? And if you have an adopted child, you took them in, and then you took on the role of being their mother. And as a mother, we have the responsibility to give our children what they need. So it's very simple, simplistic, and there are practical ways to do this. Yeah, of course it's nice to spend a half-hour day with your kids, playing games, sitting on the floor with them, but let's be real, in this world that we live in, especially with COVID, a lot of the time there's either too much time with the kids, depending on what's going on, or too little time as we swing into trying to make a living, trying to get the show on the road, trying to get back into carpools and jobs, and trying to, the stores are finally open so we could go out, right? And if there's too much home time, it's like the kids are always under our feet and parents are getting exasperated. So the ideal, it's always lovely to spend time with your kids, but my focus right here is to hone in on that tiny piece that I feel can make a huge difference. That when you're here with your children anyway, you wake them up, right? That's that 5-10 minutes. Instead of saying, get out of bed, come on, it's the bus is coming, carpool, you need to eat breakfast, mom needs to run to work. Take that moment, have a smile, prepare it mentally with your mindset to smile at your child, give them a compliment first thing in the morning, tell them what you have on the table for them. We make the breakfast anyway, we serve it anyway, especially to the younger children, right? Typically, I would say under age 8, under age 10, I would be hoping that parents are putting the cereal down or making toast and eggs or whatever you serve. And those moments are moments where you can just be calm, right? You can just connect. You can tell your child you're excited about the day ahead for them. And, if you're in my course, we have all these playful games that you can do, even if you have 2 minutes here, even if you have 5 minutes, even if you're standing at the bus stop or in the carpool line for those 8 to 10 minutes. I'll just give you an example that I'm using with a little kid. We like to play the yes and no game in our house. It's great, I would say, from the little toddlers till definitely even 6 or 7. I recently did it with my niece. I mean, all my context for playing at this point are my nieces and nephews and my grandchildren, right? So my niece came to us for a weekend. She has 5 children, and the little one was having an issue. We took a walk to the lake, and he didn't want to walk back. It was just stamping his feet. So she's like, okay, Gelly, now you tell me what to do. You're the child and family therapist. So I looked at this kid who I don't really know that well. We haven't seen people in a while, right? It's just now that the world is opening back up again that we can hang out together. And I saw him stamping his feet. And so I said, oh, you're so upset. And I started stamping my feet playfully. So I got his attention. So we stamped feet together and he goes, no, no, no. And I said, no. And he said, yeah, no. And I said, no, 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 no. And he looked at me and he cracked a smile. So when I got his attention, I said, okay, let's now play yes and no game. So I'm going to say yes and you're going to say no. Now, his siblings run the age from like little baby to a 12-year-old. We were all walking. And believe it or not, all of them went along with this game. And we were making a little ruckus, I have to tell you. But I went, no, 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 no. He went, yes, 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 because we played in the reverse. And then I said, let's whisper, yes. And he whispered, no. And everybody whispered, no. And then we did it loud. And then we did it in a song. And then when he was nicely walking along, we then switched the game to like the sky and the earth. I say sky, you stay earth. We did peanut butter and jelly. We did cream cheese and bagels. And we just had just a fun 15-minute walk back to our house. And there was no memory of the beginning tantrum. It was totally averted. And what we did is we boosted this kid's self-confidence. We gave him the nurture. We gave him the connection. Everybody was smiling from ear to ear. They thought it was so much fun. And that's just one of the little games that I like to teach parents. So this is building kids' self-confidence from the ground up. That's what we're talking about. You as a parent, you as a mom have that power. It's amazing. So whether you have 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, you can boost with a game, but you can also be a playful parent. And a playful parent is, instead of getting into that mode of like being an EMS dispatcher or a military commander, things just need to happen, is just give yourself a little more leeway to connect. Because that's the moments of connection is what builds the kid's self-confidence. All right. I've got a question or two, and let me see here. Are there any comments? Okay. 1 minute. Did I not set this up right? Just 1 second. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm good. All right. Sometimes parents are working during this time, but I never know who's going to pop up in here. Okay. So I'm just going to take a question about building a kid's self confidence. This is an 8-year-old, a child who talks all day long. They are talking when the parents want to talk privately. They are talking when mom needs to like go to the bathroom, just following her straight there. They're talking when mom needs to go to work. They're talking all day long. What do I do with such a kid? How do I set boundaries, number one? And how do I, set those boundaries without trashing the kid's self confidence? So it's a great question, and I think a lot of parents can relate to that. You have that kid who's more talkative. I mean, it's cute, but it's not cute when it's in the wrong timing and when you want to have one of your discussions with your spouse or you want to pay bills, right? So, um, what I would suggest is really finding the time throughout the day to create conversation with your child, okay? So you ask her and you tell her, yesterday you were talking about this girl in your class, and I really want to know, how did that game go that you were playing with her? And you give your child the opportunity to answer back. You let her know that you actually were listening to what she was saying, because the kids who talk and talk and talk, sometimes they talk and talk and talk because they feel like you're not listening, right? And I would really encourage you to take a half hour a week to an hour and take her out for like a bagel, take her out for pizza, take her out to wherever you like to go. Chuck E. Cheese in my neighborhood, that's a big one, right? Um, and just give her that special undivided time if you can, because this kind of a kid is really looking for something. She's looking for connection. There's something there, okay? So if you think about it, you start listening, you pick up one thread and you reverse it, that you're going to her and you're talking to her about what she's talking about. You boost her self-confidence because you explain to her that she matters. You explain to her that her words matter. You explain to her, you show her, not with your mouth, but with your heart, that you've been listening, you've thought about it, and now you're following up. So you flip it around in order to build her self confidence. Now, just as a matter of fact, you could tell a child like this that, there are times when we need to talk to daddy. There are times when mommy needs to sit down and rest and just wants to like read the paper for a few minutes. And mommy loves you so much, we are going to have our time that we want to connect. And some of these kids, they need to know that they have a 15-minute day to day to talk to them. We don't need to wait till this becomes anxiety. We could just give it to them preventatively. But throughout the day, if you carry that running conversation, you'll see that over time, this will build the self-confidence of your child, and also it'll probably reduce the constant chatter because those needs will be being filled. Okay, so that was a question, and I thought it was great because I feel very much that children are always giving us messages. The question is how we accept those messages. What do we hear within what they're saying? I'll share one more. And again, if you are watching this as a replay, you have questions, you can put them in the chat. I'll see it. And you can also always messenger me. All right. So there is another one which I thought was pretty relevant to everyone. This is a younger child who's 4.5 and has a little sibling underneath, and he is asking his parents, to his mother, to play a game with him that has pieces that the little sibling cannot play with. No, it would be unsafe. So the mother said, what am I supposed to do? It's just not possible. He's 4.5 years old. He has a bedtime. I'm only one person, right? So what I really advised this parent in the Q&A that we did was to really try to think of meeting the child's need, their developmental need for connection, for play. So in order, instead of saying, well, we can't do that, we only can play with our sibling, try to find games, because this child is specifically asking for board games or little complex games. So there are games like Connect Four, even if it's not geared for a 4-year-old specifically knowing how to do things in a row. They like to stack in the little pieces and then pull the thing underneath, let it all drop out, and he can have a 2-minute turn while mommy says, okay, little sister, you need to wait 2 minutes. Now it's just me and him. And then after those 2 minutes, we say, wow, you know how to stack so nicely. You say, okay, you had your turn. Now we're going to give your little sister a turn. So then she gets to put a little thing in, or you help her. And then, okay, your turn is over, and now it's back to the kid. So you give him that moment, literally, that it's only him while his sister has to wait. There are games like, I would say, tic-tac-toe even, that you could start teaching a little kid that could give him the feeling, oh, it's our special time together during periods of the day where he's like, I want to play. Or you can play memory and just do 10 sets, not 50 sets. So it's a small game, it's just his, and the little kid can wait for a few minutes. And if they really want to play those complex, the games that have the complex pieces, then, maybe dad can take out the younger one for 20 minutes once a week, and we could just have that special date. Or maybe once a week on the weekend, he can stay up for an extra 20 minutes to play the game that he so wants to play. It's all about connecting to your child, and what the child then feels is like, whoa, mommy cares about me, translates into the brain is I am worthwhile. If I'm worthwhile, then I'm okay. And if I'm okay, then I can go into the world and be okay. That's how self-confidence builds. All right. Send me your questions. I will see you next week. If any of you want to connect with me, please DM me, message me, comment below. I offer a free parenting consult, 15-minute free parenting consult, to see how I can be helpful to you if there's anything that you need, and if my parenting course can be something that's something that would help you be the mother that you want to be. And since we are launching online, we have this crazy special up to the end of May. So I look forward to connecting with you soon, and I will see you. Take care. Bye-bye. If